Do you get DMs by guys like crazy?
Yeah.
Any famous guys?
Yeah.
Yo guys, what's going on? My name is CJ and welcome back to the booth. And today, unfortunately, Buffy and Matt could not be here with us, but to fill in their shoes, he's back. We've got Ash Boothe. I'll clap for you.
What's up, guys?
No yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Buffy and Matt couldn't be here because they had work. But we promised you guys that we would get an episode out every single week. So that's why we are here banging these things out for you guys so we can keep that promise. So I don't want to extend the intro too long because today's guest is very, very special. So I'm just going to introduce her. Today's guest is an up-and-coming content creator with around 350,000 followers on Instagram, 16.8 thousand followers on YouTube. She even starred on a French reality TV show that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. And yeah, and...
Well, two.
Yeah. And she probably doesn't even know this fun fact about her, but she is the first person outside my family to get wrapped up into one of my business ideas. It is Clem Lopez. What's going on, Clem?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you know what I'm talking about when I said that?
I have no. I'm
do
waiting
not
for you to
remember.
explain.
This
I
is a
have no
crazy
idea.
story.
Okay, so back in like 2015, I started a brand called New Kind, and I first started selling these bracelets.
Okay.
And for me and my sister on Etsy, and I was trying to raise up some money so I could start making clothes. And I texted you, and I was like, "Hey, can you take a picture in this bracelet for me and like model it?"
Wait, I
And
don't remember.
you don't remember this? And you were like, yeah, 100%. Just leave it in my mailbox. So I drove to your house, put it in your mailbox, and I have the picture. It's somewhere.
shut
I'll
up.
find it and I'll put it up.
Oh my
I'll
God, it's
show.
probably horrible.
No,
Please
no,
don't put it
it's a
up.
great
It's
picture.
probably like-
Okay. I mean, if you don't mind, I will.
No,
if you
go
don't,
for it.
okay, cool. Because it's really, really.
I have no recollection of this.
Really?
Yeah.
At all?
No.
Yeah, you were like by the
It-
pool with like a bathing suit, and you were like
Oh
that.
my God, I was such a thotty.
No, it was good. It was a good photo.
That's so
but
funny.
yeah, it's crazy, and like now it's like full circle. Here we are.
Yeah,
and
this is
now
my
you're-
career now, and like now we're like seeing each other. That's so funny.
Yeah. So going into the career,
Start from the beginning.
let's start from the beginning. Let's take it
Okay.
back to high school. Was it around high school when you first started modeling?
Well, I like modeled when I was really, really young, and then I stopped because I'm French. So when I moved to America with my family, like off the boat, I stopped, and then I guess I've always had like an eye for like photography and I guess like content, but that's not what it was called like back then. And I restarted doing like a little bit of modeling, I think thanks to Instagram. Like I've always been into Instagram, even when it first started and it was like not a thing to like take pictures of like random things. Like
Yeah.
I just always had an eye for it and I just loved it so much. And then started modeling, and then like from modeling I got more followers, and like I don't know. I was just like always into doing like pictures, and whether it was like me modeling or me like behind the camera and like setting up my phone somewhere to like take cool pictures.
Yep.
And it kind of like snowballed into like me getting signed to a modeling agency, and then like someone casted me on like a French TV show from that. And then through that, I like gained all these followers, signed with an agency that's like talent management.
Yep.
So like now this is my career. I'm basically like doing campaigns with like these big brands and like getting paid for it, like stories and campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait,
Yeah.
so this started out with you on Instagram,
Yeah.
just taking pictures.
Me being a thotty on Instagram.
Looking good.
It's looking good. So from your first, like from that, when did you finally take it seriously, and like when did you get your first like paid job?
My first paid job. Oh my God. I don't even know. Honestly, my first paid job was like huge. I did Victoria's Secret's Pink.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like so weird actually, because I would just like it all started with like me just accepting. I would reach out to brands and ask them to like send me free stuff. And like that's how it first kind of like started. It was like free stuff, and I would be so happy to like get all these huge packages
Yeah.
from brands I always loved, and just like doing it for free, and like taking hours and hours, taking my mom to like Miami, like 2 hours away, just to take pictures of me and everything.
Yeah.
And I got reached out from like I think it was a PR agency that worked with Victoria's Secret, and they were doing this like this college campus program, whatever, I forgot what it was called, for Pink. And they basically started paying me and sending me like Pink merch. And then every single month I was like getting paid from Victoria's Secret and like doing my little content for Victoria's Secret.
That's pretty wild.
So
pretty cool.
What were the paychecks looking like?
Well, back then, honestly, I would love to tell you, but I don't remember. Like, honestly, it was tiny. Like, I was doing it basically for free.
Like, what's tiny in modeling? Like, we're talking like $100 or?
No, it was like a little more than that.
Like 1,000.
I think it was around
Yeah,
there.
it's around there.
That's not bad at all.
Which
is
no,
crazy.
like this, I'm like a broke college student. This is amazing. Plus, I'm getting free Victoria's Secret stuff. So like,
Yeah.
this was like, oh my god, like it literally killed two birds with one stone. Like, this is how I'm getting my foot in the door. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And it kind of snowballed into like me getting. Well, this is how it actually happened in my eyes. Victoria's Secret kind of like opened the door for me, and I started shooting with this photographer that shot for like Miss Universe and Miss France and
shit.
like really big French like faces. And through that, I think that he had like followers that were in kind of like the TV, like French TV circle, and a caster for like French TV recruited me through this photographer.
Yeah.
Who's like famous in France.
Wait, but I'm sorry to keep bringing it
No,
back.
you're fine.
It's just that when you were going through this time, how many followers did you have before you got that Victoria's?
10K. Like,
Okay,
I
so you
didn't have
built
a
your
lot.
Instagram up pretty
Oh yeah,
much.
yeah. I definitely through modeling.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
I
no
think I had, like,
headshots, no headshots or anything like that.
Not really. I was like,
So for those of you guys out there watching, look at this. You don't
Yeah.
have to do all that extra
oh my
stuff.
god, you don't have to. People think you have to like pay for like modeling classes and stuff. Like, they're just trying to milk whatever like talent you have. But
Yeah.
you could honestly do it yourself. Well, this was also like almost like 10 years ago. What am I saying? Like, sounding like I'm like 30. I was like, I don't know, like 16.
Yeah. And like when you were doing all this though, did you find that it was like mentally draining at all? Like, cause I mean, obviously you love what you were doing, but when you started getting all these people sending you clothes or this one brand sending you clothes, were you like, okay, now I got to like worry about my body and like maybe fitness and like, did you have that at all? Were you just like, I'm just
honestly,
really?
like I never really thought about it, but like it definitely kind of pushed me. I've like had like kind of a bad relationship with food and fitness and stuff.
Really?
It definitely, I think, was the cause of like I had a little eating disorder thing like back in college and stuff. And it was definitely just because my job was just constantly putting myself and my body out there, and I literally had to like use like nobody cares about my personality. Like on my Instagram and my like modeling agency, nobody cares about that. It's really like what you look like in your body and everything. So I think it definitely like pushed me to be very conscious of what I looked like all the time. Obviously, I'm in college, I'm going out, I'm drinking, I had a boyfriend. I was like very much into that lifestyle and not really taking care of my body, and then kind of just like totally did like a 180, I guess.
Yeah, 180.
And just lost all this weight, and like I was booking more jobs, doing more campaigns, so I kind of like was linking it to like the weight loss. So it kind of like it kind of started this like bad relationship with food and stuff.
This is not even this is not even like just pertaining to you. Like, I'll give you a quick backstory real quick. So when I was doing my whole TikTok thing, I was like, whatever, modeling hit me up, same thing. I got a deal. I signed with them, and I was like,
amazing.
I'm so excited to do this. The first email back I got, they said, okay, we need you to get a 6-pack. We need you to work out. They sent me a food thing and a training routine.
Yeah.
And I was like blown away. I was like, you told me I was good. And now you're telling me I have to do all these. I was out from the jump.
You never like feel good enough.
Never.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing something that I'm not chasing looks like in a way. So I was like, I'm not going to. So I don't know if that like, if it kind of sounds familiar. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. I think I was never like prompted. I was never told like lose weight, you're fat or whatever. But I think I kind of correlated the fact that like when I looked the certain way I did, I wasn't booking jobs and campaigns. Then when I like lost a little weight, went through a breakup that was very traumatizing, wasn't eating, I was booking more stuff. So I was like kind of correlating it. I'm like, okay.
So
like,
you noticed the difference.
oh yeah, I definitely noticed. Even now, like I still get people messaging me about my body. And so it's still something that's like very much in my head, like all the time. I'm not as like easily influenced by it. Like I won't get a comment of a girl being like, oh, you look anorexic, like your body's disgusting or whatever, and be like affected as much as I would have when I was like 17. But like my job is literally like all based on my looks. So
Yeah.
it's definitely kind of sad.
Yeah. And how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it mentally?
It was probably like my family and just the people I surrounded myself with. I've
Yeah.
had to like drop a lot of people that just like weren't good for my mental health. And I had to like recognize like, okay, like you're not doing anything for me mentally. You're not like allowing me to grow. It was very like high school friendships, like toxic friendships. And I like just had to rebuild my circle.
Yeah.
Without obviously my family. It's always like been my family and they're just the constant thing. But I think definitely a support system, having like a good head on your shoulders and stuff.
Yeah.
Because without that, I think you're pretty much like screwed.
Did you ever do like any manifesting or like journaling
Yes.
or all that?
I'm not a huge journaler,
Yeah, me neither.
but I love manifesting.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like a huge law of attraction girl. I even have like a tattoo kind of.
Oh,
pertaining
really?
To it. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that you got straight down your back?
I have a tattoo on my spine that says La magie est en toi, which is French for the magic is in you, which is basically like you have the power to just do anything in your life.
Wait,
Like
so you're fluent French?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I know. I was
cool.
born there. I have like a French passport. Like I'm not even American.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And you came. Wait, what? When did you come over? What age?
I was 7 years old when my parents moved us here.
So is French your first language?
Yeah.
I would never be able to tell that. You
Really?
speak really
well,
good
yeah.
English.
I think when you're so young, you like absorb language so well. Like I think learning from like how I kind of grew up. When I have kids, I'm gonna like put them on every language ever because it's like
Yeah.
when you're a kid, you literally just you're a sponge. You absorb everything. But yeah, I feel like I'm more American mentally, like in my values and everything. But yeah, I'm French.
So the modeling, you were doing that, and you signed with an agency, and then you ended up going on to a French reality TV show.
Yeah.
How
And this
was
all
that?
happened in like one summer. This was like post college relationship breakup. And I was like traumatized. I'm like, I need to change my life or else I'm going to stay in this rut. I went to FSU, a huge party school, and I like wasn't really happy there. And I was like, you need to change your life, Clem. You need to do something.
Yeah.
So I broke up with my boyfriend. I signed with an agency in New York, a modeling agency.
Yeah.
And like all in that summer, signed, went on a casting for this French TV, got the part right away. The part, because it's like French reality.
Oh wait,
TV.
so you actually have to audition for?
Well, since I was like from a distance, because I worked in New York and all of the casting process was happening in Paris, they let me do it over like, I think it was like a 15-minute video of me answering questions. And I got the show. I booked the show like right away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what was going through your head? Were you like,
I was like
nervous? Were you excited?
No, it was so exciting for me. I'm like, this is going to open so many doors.
And how does the reality TV work? Like, is it scripted?
It's not scripted,
Oh,
but
yeah, give
it's
us a secret.
Yeah, give us a secret.
no, well, actually, I don't know because I guess American TV might be different, but it's not scripted, but you are kind of like motivated to do certain stuff. So like if nothing's really happening, obviously reality TV is what? It's drama. It's like love, romance, fights, all that stuff. And if nothing's happening, then of course like the producers are going to kind of be behind the cameras and be like, yo, like go talk to him.
Oh,
or,
really?
She said this about you. Go behind the wall. She's talking about you. Like stuff like that. So they kind of like push it without, obviously if you don't want to do anything, they're not going to like force you. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like stressful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not my thing,
Seems
honestly.
like you like all the things that you like the modeling and then the reality
yeah.
is like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
some high like
I had like a huge crash after.
really.
Yeah.
So after the reality, so well, going through it, did you enjoy it or was it like no,
honestly,
you didn't like it
no.
at all?
It's like it was like I'll never do it
Are you
again.
is it the acting part or the reality TV?
No, the reality TV part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's just
It's
all
just
that
not
toxicity.
for me. It's like everyone like fighting, like who can scream the loudest, who can do whatever with whose boyfriend and who can, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like very competitive and it talks not in like, oh my God, this is motivating. It's
Yeah.
very toxic. And the only thing good that came out of that was probably my relationship. I like got with my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like a really good relationship. We were like doing so many things. Then we went to France and like did all these interviews. I signed with my talent agency that like allows me to get on my campaigns and stuff for
Yeah.
like content creating. And it was like really good for a while. And then we went on the second show together.
Oh, you did another show.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, maybe the first time is just because it wasn't my thing at first. And maybe I'll like be able to grow into it. And I have my boyfriend now of like a year and a half. So like he'll help me through it. He's done this for 10 years. This
Yeah.
is like his 10th reality show. He's like famous in France. Like literally gets paparazzi'd. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
And went on there and I just like I could tell it's just not for me. It wasn't just the first time that like was odd. It was just like, it's not my thing.
And did you finish that whole season?
No.
Oh, you left.
I went home early.
And how does that work? Is there like a contract that like keeps you in?
Yeah, but we were fine because we kind of went back for like personal reasons. It was like there was like family drama that was going on, so I had to leave. And then they kind of like
Just like you.
Yeah, they kind of like wrote it off the script. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna like accidentally send you home or whatever. There was like a competition that happened that night, and we like got sent home.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not for me. Never
Yeah.
again. At least I can say I like did it, and I don't regret it. But it just and it's also like the downfall of my like relationship and everything. So just,
Yeah.
it's not for me. It's
All
just
of it just
traumatizing. Yeah.
And then did you have to live over there that whole time as well?
Yeah, you're like living in a house with like 15 other like super huge personalities, and it's so crazy.
I'm sure.
Everybody trying to be the main star.
Literally, everyone is just like competing for the camera time.
Were you?
And I honestly, I don't think I was.
You were the cool one.
People probably say I would be like, no, like I honestly wasn't. I was like trying. Obviously, you're there to like get recognition and to try to like have some sequences, is what we call it, like screen time. But it's just I was so uncomfortable doing it that after a while I just kind of let it go. I'm like, if the camera goes to me because I'm like fighting with my boyfriend, then let it be. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try and like look for it.
Yeah. And did that launch you? So how many followers did
Yeah.
you gain from that?
I gained from the first show. I gained 300,000 followers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
from the first one, it had like a huge audience, and the second one like probably like 15K.
And that's why you have such, because now
Yeah.
I don't want to dive into the YouTube just yet, but you do French on YouTube. So it's like, is mostly the majority of people that are following you on
Yeah.
Instagram, they all speak French.
Yeah, my Instagram is definitely, I think I looked at the demographics. I think it's like 95% French.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
that is
lot.
crazy.
But I'm trying to like branch it out. So I try to like speak a little English, like put a little sprinkle of English here and there. Because I'm like, like for me, I'm like American. I live here. I'm probably going to live here my entire life. So like I'm trying to, like, I love my French community and they're so like supportive and they're so cute. But I would love to like build like, I don't know, like a bigger platform.
Yeah.
That has like everyone.
Yeah. And how did your parents feel about this?
Honestly, they were very supportive.
Yeah?
Like for like very uptight French parents, like very traditional, they were honestly super supportive.
And
they were cool.
How old were you when you did this?
I was 20.
So you were about college, right?
Yeah, I dropped out of
You
college.
dropped out that way. Me too.
Oh, okay, good.
Dropout gang. I couldn't do it.
Don't recommend it, but
Yeah.
honestly, it's cool. It turned out good. So
Yeah. Hey, if you want to go to college, make sure you go to college. Do it. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So your parents were. I'm sure that was good to have them like behind, like
Yeah,
supporting
for
you and
sure,
stuff like
for
that.
sure. I mean, my parents knew I wasn't like, my sister has always been great at school. You can tell she like thinks really well under pressure when she has like a schedule, like you have to do this today. Like she just loves like having a 9 to 5 and going to school. She just loves that.
Yeah.
But my parents have always known I'm like the total opposite. I was like the person skipping school. I never wanted to do homework. I never like did bad in school, but it just like wasn't my thing. And I'm very creative. I hate being like stuck in a chair from 9 to 5. Like that's my worst nightmare. Like driving to work every single day, going to pick up your kids at 5, like my worst nightmare. Horrible. So I think they've always known that like I was meant for not more, because it's not more than a 9 to 5. I'm not saying like I'm better or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's better.
It is better.
Kidding.
No,
it's
it is.
just I feel so much more myself. I don't have to like listen to someone besides like clients that want stuff a certain way. But I can be so much more creative doing what I do now than going on to like a corporate job.
100%. And what are those different things that you're trying to do? Because you were telling me, I remember we talked earlier ago, and you were saying you were moving out of the modeling into something else.
Well, like modeling is just too hard. Like you have to be like 6'11", you have to be like this skinny, you have to live in New York or California. Like it just, I think I do better for myself doing like content creating. That's my like number one love too. Like, just like what I love doing. But
and wait, I thought is that Runway?
oh my god, I could never do runway.
But
They're
I
like,
thought Runway was the one that you had to be tall, or is that like?
yeah, runway you have to be really tall. But honestly, even like e-com, like stuff that's like online or shooting for brands and stuff, I'll do that like kind of freelancing, like out of my agency, just like help, because I have friends that start like let's say the tequila company. Like one of my best friends just started a tequila company.
really?
And I'm gonna help her with that. Or like I have friends that have started like clothing businesses and I help out with that. But it's just going to castings and like people like old white men just looking at you and being like, no, I don't like it because this XYZ, like, it's just not my thing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
no,
Like, I don't feel like sitting in a casting room for 6 hours and being like inspected over every little mark on my body. Do you know what I mean?
No, I can definitely see
it's
that.
not my thing.
Yeah. And then when you say you're helping your friends with the tequila and the clothing, is it by like posting it on your Instagram and stuff like that, or are
like
you helping them
either
behind the
modeling
scenes?
for it, being kind of like a face for it, or even helping out, like promoting on my Instagram or stuff like that.
And you don't want to do like any like start up your own company or anything like that?
That's the goal.
Yeah,
it's the goal. I think like my dream, I love fashion so much. I think like an ultimate dream of mine would definitely be like starting a clothing line or like doing a little brand like that. Like I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, because that's what you're talking about on your YouTube, I believe, right? So your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What I watched a couple videos.
Oh my god, you didn't. It's so embarrassing.
What? No, it was good.
I hate I don't know. I'm like trying to branch out into YouTube, but obviously like, your first couple videos are gonna be like super embarrassing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
have
like
it-
cringe looking at myself. I'm like,
No,
oh my God.
they were pretty good. I mean, I couldn't understand anything you're
yeah.
saying,
As
but it was good. It was good, and everything. I believe it was all fashion, right?
I love doing vlogs.
Yeah.
So like in vlogs, I'll kind of integrate, like fashion's my baby. It's like my biggest passion. I love it so much. So like I'll kind of integrate it in my Instagram stories, my Snapchat, YouTube, everything, even TikTok. But yeah, I have like some videos I kind of just like, are just like 100% fashion, but most of them are kind of just like vlogs, like take you along with me in my week or whatever.
Wait, so just to lay this out real quick, you did the modeling. You're still doing modeling.
Oh, a little.
Not your passion.
Not my passion, and I'm not doing it seriously. Like I wouldn't say like I'm a model in the sense that like Kendall Jenner is a model, like shit like that. Like I'm definitely going out and like I'm in an agency, and if my agency is to send me to like a casting because I'm like the perfect part for it, then I'll go. But I don't live in New York right now. I'm not trying to live in New York like in the next week or so, and it's like a very much job that you have to like be there or like it misses you. You know what I mean? It's very like full on. So not my thing right now.
So you don't want to put maximum effort anymore.
I don't.
So
I think
ready
my energy is just like my Instagram and my like feed and my content.
Yeah.
And how competitive was the modeling? Is it a very, very competitive?
I'm
I know
not
a lot
sure
of people
because I was never like so into it like 100%. Like I'm sure it's very like I have friends that actually did it seriously and like it's very competitive. It's very unhealthy. It's very toxic and everything. I kind of did it more like for like boutiques or like little e-com for like websites and stuff like that. So like I don't know. I never really had to like compete with like girls. I feel like that's so hectic.
I'm gonna say because she's one of the few that I've ever heard that this is not like because you hear from everybody tries their hardest to just get into the space of where someone will hear their name and be like oh, she's a model, and like you have it so easy and you don't even want it.
No, I don't have it that easy. I think it's not like I could snap my fingers. I'm like with Kendall Jenner walking for Chanel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's definitely like I've just never like lived full time in New York and been like to my agency, okay, send me to every casting you can where you're like literally sitting in bathing suits like with like 700 other girls that look exactly like you and are probably even prettier than you, probably skinnier than you, et cetera, et cetera. Like I've never been in that environment, so I'm sure it's very competitive. I've just even mentally I don't think I could do that, so I'm not wanting to put myself in that position. Like I'm totally fine with going out and doing one job for like because a friend needs to model like a swimsuit or whatever.
So money doesn't drive you whatsoever?
Oh yeah, it does, just not in modeling. For sure. It definitely drives me.
That makes sense because if someone was offering a big enough bag, you'd be there.
I think there's more money in what I'm doing
100%,
like
100%.
over modeling.
100%. Because they, like we were just talking about before, they will milk you for everything until you have a name.
Yeah.
Like if you're no one and you're, let's say, even though you're the prettiest girl in the world, they're going to pay you as little as possible.
But even like big faces, can I just say, I know girls are like modeling for like walking for Chanel and Gucci and stuff, and they're making like $300 for like walking a show.
$300?
Like even the big names, like you don't walk for shows for money. Like you're doing that to like get your name out there.
Yo, you guys heard it here.
Yeah,
you don't
seriously.
make shit off modeling.
You don't.
Fuck
Those
that.
are like, I think that the only way you can really like make a career and like actually make money out of modeling is if you're like booking fragrance ads and if you're like the face of Chanel, and like that doesn't happen unless your dad's like Johnny Depp or I mean like it's not a reality for like most models. That's why I think it's so competitive, because it's like very few get it and to the top and to the point where like you can actually do stuff out of it like with money and stuff. So I think That's why I'm just like.
So is the general point of modeling to monetize yourself?
No.
Not even?
It has nothing to do with you. You're literally like a coat hanger.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, and they make
That's
they
nuts.
make that known. It's like casters and people and like directors that are like booking you for work they don't want you to even like open your mouth. Like they don't.
That's crazy.
They don't want you like they don't want to hear your voice. It's like put this on. Oh, you're not happy about it. Like I can find 5,000 other girls that will do it.
I would have thought they treated you guys
Second.
like yeah.
Oh my
like,
God, no,
queens,
no, no,
like-
From my
no.
perspective, it's like they want you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like they'll do but like I guess it's not that way.
Oh my God, it's not.
I guess that just goes to show you how many people are probably out
They're
there.
really.
and they're willing-
I've had like really great experiences with like photographers or like freelance, and I'm getting paid to do like a little photo shoot with like one guy and maybe like a makeup artist. Like that, those jobs, you're being treated like a queen. They're like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like let's take stories and stuff. But I've heard that like castings and like work that's a little more serious. You're
Like
definitely
corporate work. Like
probably like e-com if you're going in like shooting for, let's say, I don't know, like Neiman Marcus or something, and you're just like, you're literally the coat hanger. Like you're just there to make the clothes look good, and they don't care what you have to say. Like,
I mean,
that's it.
That's cool that you've recognized all that and you're like, I want out.
yeah, seriously.
I mean, I was never even in. I don't want to be in. It's like, it's not my, I don't know. I have like too much to say to like be like, shut up and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I hate it.
And so is that why you're moving now? What's your main platform?
My main platform.
Like, what's the one? What's your baby? Which one's your baby?
I guess like doing what I'm like fashion blogging, content creating.
But like on Instagram?
Oh yeah, on
or-
Instagram.
Okay. So are you just doing the
Well-
YouTube for fun?
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing it for fun right now. I'm not trying to like monetize it or anything. Like for now, it's also not like nearly big enough for me to monetize it. But I think I just love YouTube so much. Like my like favorite platforms to like watch are TikTok and YouTube. I
Yeah.
love TikTok. I think it's so funny. I could literally spend hours just scrolling on it. And then YouTube, I honestly like don't even watch movies and TV anymore because I'm just on YouTube. So I'm like,
See, this is what I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I'm
We
telling you.
we had a huge argument about
Not an
Oh, God.
argument. We had a conversation, and I'm actually curious to see what you think about it.
Tell me.
It was. I said that I believe one day that YouTube creators would be either just as big or bigger than movie stars. Not like in the next 10 years, but I was thinking in the next like.
I don't. That's tricky because I see where you're coming from, but there's also a certain. It's kind of like shady that the stereotype is like this, but there's like a negative connotation to like influencers
Yeah.
and content creators, like which
Especially
involves
YouTubers, yeah.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like think about it. No one is taking Jake Paul as seriously. They're taking Leo DiCaprio.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's probably a lot more work that goes into acting and like producing a movie than there is like making a YouTube video. Not like undermining YouTube, but
100%. Yeah.
I think there's just always going to be that like negative stigma around
Yeah.
like content create. Even like me, when you're asking me, so you're like, so what do you think your job title technically is? And you're like
Yeah.
influencer, and I'm like, oh,
No.
not really, because it has such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
It's like when I even get embarrassed. I have like chills when I say like,
Really?
oh, I'm an influencer. I hate it so much because it's
That's
like
crazy.
people just like judge you and they're like, that's not a real thing.
Well,
and maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just monetizing some like fake thing, but
Yeah.
and making my like job out of it. So
It's definitely a real thing. I think those people are just coming from a place of jealousy.
100%.
I think they're probably like very traditional.
That
Like,
too, yeah.
They're just like, okay, for me, it's like corporate jobs, and like maybe the most creative you can get out there is like being an artist, like a rapper or singer or whatever. And like content creating is like, whoa, that's like so new that people like can't even wrap their heads around it yet.
But the money is there.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's you can't even deny it anymore.
Yeah.
These some of these influencers are making over 10 million a year.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Mr. Beast. He's killing it.
Bro, he's way over 10.
Do you watch Mr. Beast?
no.
You haven't? Have you watched any video ever?
What do you mean of Mr. Beast
Mr.
or
Beast?
any video ever? No, I don't
No.
know who this person is.
He's the biggest YouTuber
Really?
out right now.
I thought
Like,
the biggest YouTuber was like that little kid that reviews toys.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
For the kids,
he
though.
makes like
Yeah.
50 mil or something
It's
like
disgusting.
that. Crazy. And
He's-
he's like 10.
Yeah, he's worth like 400. He's like toys in Walmart.
Yeah.
So-
or
yeah.
Target.
With his face and his name all over it.
Insane.
Yeah.
No,
Crazy.
yeah, it is insane. But
Mr. Beast. Who's this?
well, no. Mr. Beast. Oh, he's just a YouTuber that does like giveaways. Like he does like huge giveaway videos. But the thing was that I was saying is that because YouTube, it's like you can monetize so many different things and you can
Yeah.
make so much money, and it's so easy to do. Like my train of thought was like, how many kids out there are gonna want to be YouTubers?
That's
instead
the thing.
of.
I think that's a new thing now. Like when we were kids, like I want to be an astronaut, and now
Yeah.
it's like I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah,
or I want to
exactly.
be an Instagrammer.
Yeah.
like literally, it is.
Is there a bad stigma around Instagram model?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm an Instagram model.
No, of course.
Do you think
yeah.
I'm an Instagram model?
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At first, when I was looking through your stuff and I was trying to find like some things, like some questions, that was the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, okay, is she an Instagram model?
I hate that. It
But
has such a
why?
bad
Why?
stigma.
Why? That's not bad in
Because
my
for
head.
me, an Instagram model is, I don't know. I don't want to like, I don't want to like critique them, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm an Instagram model. I'm not like,
Well, what defines an Instagram model? Can you paint that picture? Because maybe I don't really understand.
I don't know how to do that without
Can
being
I
insulting.
give the definition and you tell me if this is where you fall?
Okay.
I think an Instagram model is just someone who knows they're getting a lot of likes for what they post. It's simple as that. So like, you know, for example, like let's say I want to post something on my Instagram. I'm going to post it because I think it's a good picture. Maybe it will get like 200 likes. I feel like Instagram models more so lead to the post that they know are going to get likes.
Okay, but I'm going to rebuttal. You think a female Instagram model has like in their demographic breakdown has like what percentage more of like a
80%,
gender?
80% guys.
Okay,
Has to be.
mine's 94% women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
So that's why I don't think, because people are following me for like my daily content and like what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, what I'm wearing.
yeah.
That's why I don't like guys aren't following me to see like what my butt looks like that day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not posting like booty pics. I'm not like, I'm not doing that. So that's why I don't think I'm an, also like, I don't think anything bad of Instagram
That's what I'm
models.
saying. I don't even think
It's
it's
just,
a bad
I don't
thing.
think
Yeah.
that like I'm like,
It's more
no.
like
So they're
if
doing
you
it for the
want-
likes.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you can monetize your Instagram.
yeah,
It's more so like that.
for sure.
And like, I'm not saying it has anything to do with like thought pictures, because I know that's where your head's going.
Well, that's where my head is because I feel like you're trying
So
to.
your head always is.
Well, I feel like because you're trying to monetize your Instagram, so that wouldn't make her an Instagram model.
Well, no, monetizing your
I
Instagram.
think that's just being a content creator.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you're monetizing your image. You're monetizing your booty pics. You're monetizing.
That's-
yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean?
You see, because the way I see it is, guys, even if I post an ad picture, how many people are gonna care? If you post just a bikini, no butt, everybody cares.
Yeah.
It's just such a big. You know what? I don't even know.
No, I see what you're saying. I think even just by the demographic that follows me, that's why I don't find myself
Yeah,
to
but
be an Instagram model.
after
Like
that,
actual
yeah.
clothing brands are like reaching out and are like, we need you covered up. We need you in this
Yeah.
turtleneck. We need you like styling it this certain way. And like, this is your promo code. So girls can use your code to like get 20% off on our clothes, et cetera, et cetera. That's why that's why I call myself like a fashion blogger, probably more than like an Instagram model.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
If you
And
had to
that's pretty
title it.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing that you have that because like I feel like brands will look at you, or I don't know if they'll be able to see that, or
Yeah.
if you try to promote that. But it's just like the fact that you're able to post like things for girls on your account, and it's
Well,
going
that's the
to
only thing
girls.
I can do. Honestly, I think if I posted like a booty pic, first of all, I don't have a butt. But if I like did and I wanted to post a picture of it, I'd probably get like 2,000 likes because that's not what girls are wanting to
Yeah.
look when they follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I don't have like 6% guys that follow me. Like that's really it.
Do you get DMs by guys like crazy?
Yeah.
Any famous guys?
Yeah. But I'm not
No,
gonna
you don't have to
say.
name them. You don't have to name 'em. I was gonna ask though, what was the smoothest DM you've ever gotten?
Guys are not trying to be smooth. They're not trying to be like cute and like subtle and like dropping like little punchlines. They're literally just being like, "You're hot. Like, let me take you to drinks," or like stupid stuff. They're not really creative on my Instagram. Kind of step it up, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys.
You're giving us a bad rep over here.
Seriously.
No, honestly, yeah, I don't know. They just don't try as much. Also, I got hit on probably more when I was in a relationship. That's kind of messed up.
That's just I feel like the way it always works.
That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, but okay, going back, you ever get hate at any point in your
Oh
career?
my god, that's all I get.
No way.
Yeah.
Like even
Especially
now.
being in French TV. French people, I hate to like stigmatize them, but like are so judgy, I think, and very much negative. And I'll just like, even right now, like going through the breakup I'm going through, and my ex is like writing me songs and everything, and he's like loved in the French public eye. So I'm looking like the bitch that's not responding because I don't want to give it attention or anything.
Of course.
So I'm getting even more hate. But even like before that, when we were still together, and our episodes are airing, I'm getting like judgment from literally every like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like literally anyone that has like a brain enough to form an opinion, they're forming one, and it's negative, and it's about me, and it's about my body, it's about what I said in tonight's episode, it's what I'm wearing in my latest Instagram. Literally like everything that I do, I'm being judged. Really? And I think it hit me really, really bad when I first got into this, like seriously, when I like first got like the 300K out of nowhere and everything. And now I've gotten a lot more used to it, which kind of sucks to say, like you're getting used to the negativity.
Well, are you?
But I'm over it. Like I'm like, I know I'm above it, so I don't.
That's good. But how did you deal with it when you were going through it?
Oh my God, I didn't. I was like a nervous wreck. I was crying every single day. I was very depressed.
Oh my gosh.
I was like to my parents, like, why did I do this? I regret it so much. I should have just stuck to college. I should have done my communications degree. Like,
communications.
like, literally.
Oh my gosh.
But I think the fact that my boyfriend had gone through it times 10, because he is like so big over there, helped me a lot. And I had like a really good support system. And I knew that that's what like I was meant to do, like in the sense that I'm a creative and people are just always going to judge those people.
Yeah.
You don't hear people talking shit about the guys who are like waking up at 8 a.m. to like go to Wall Street and talk about stocks all fucking day. You know what I mean? Like you're talking shit about the person that dropped out and that's like making art and like doing, not saying I'm making art, but you know what I mean? Like figuratively, people are talking shit about people that are doing something different and like that are doing something bigger than what everyone's used to, especially being like from a smaller hometown that like we're from. I guess we're from. It's definitely like the reality.
So
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think like being from like Boca, where we're from. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Where we're from, it's like we're in this bubble. He's like, shut up.
Boca.
Hey, Boca. B-town.
I think we're so used to like being judged already. It's such a judgy town.
It is 100%.
I feel like you literally like are a nervous wreck, like even choosing what you're picking out to wear that day to go to like high school because everyone's like judging you.
That's so true.
So I think I was already like kind of like preconditioned to that. And then obviously like Instagram just takes it like times 100.
Yeah.
Wait, for people who don't understand, we have 4 high schools that are just everybody knows everybody.
Everyone's competing with each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, who's wearing the sickest shoes? Who's driving the best car?
So that's how it is where we live.
Yeah, it is crazy because when I lived in Michigan or like even Toronto or Alaska, I didn't give a shit what
I'm sorry, you lived in Alaska?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I played semi-pro hockey there for about 2 years.
Oh, excuse us.
And
That's how I'm
sorry.
yeah, my ring's over there. No. Yeah, so when I was living in those towns, I was literally wearing like Tim's sweatpants and like
you don't care.
Nothing. Yeah, I just
really
did not
matter.
give a shit what I was wearing and no one said anything about
Really?
it. But so what is the like the day in the life of Clem? Like what are you doing every single day now?
Grind, baby.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I hate when people say
Drop
that.
shipping and stuff like that.
I'm like literally not grinding at all. I'm doing the opposite. I don't know. I like. Do you want like literally? I'm like breaking down my day.
Yeah, just like a regular day for you, like when you're working, like for work and stuff like that.
Okay, well, since we're in America right now, if you can tell, we're in America. Well, my workday has to start like very early, or if I wake up normally like at 9, like most people, I'll have to like get on emails right away because I'm already missing half of my actual workday because my work is in France.
Oh yeah.
My agency, time zone. They're 6 hours ahead. So I'm waking up and my agency's already like hustling for me. So I'm like waking up. I have like 50 missed phone calls. I have 75,000 emails. Wow. Like it's insane. So I'm having to like get into it right away. And then it's fine because then the second it hits like 2:00 in the afternoon, everyone's going to sleep there. So it's my like break. I'll go out and shoot content. I'll probably be like posting my day like on stories. And choosing what goes where because I'm like juggling between like creating content for Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, now YouTube, making sure none of these resemble each other because then people are like, why do I have to follow her on all these platforms? It's not an incentive enough. So kind of like hustling in that and then just like.
And how do you go about that? How do you stay so like diligent and like separating all these things? And like, do you have time slots throughout the day? Like, this is for YouTube, this is for TikTok.
No, I don't have time slots. I'm just like, it's a motivation to do stuff. Because I think if you're like not doing like my job and you're not really working, you're kind of just like, oh, I'm just going to sit home and watch TV all day.
Yeah.
But since I know that if I don't get views that day, it could impact my next work day. Because then like, literally tomorrow, my agency could wake me up and be like, okay, Dior reached out. They want to see yesterday's views.
Yeah.
And if I didn't create content that day and it wasn't a good work day and I have like 30K views, which is still good, but like for my profile it's slow. They're like, hey, they're not working. Like you can literally miss an entire campaign, an entire like partnership and everything. So you always have to be on your shit. Every day has to look different. You have to just, it's motivating to go out and do stuff. And I'm constantly driving somewhere. I'm constantly booking flights to like go even like the weirdest place just so I can like change my content up.
And where's the weirdest place you've been?
I mean, I haven't been to any like weird place recently. Right now I have to leave the country. So I'm like choosing like a random island in the Caribbean.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Wait, why do you have to leave the country?
It's for like visa stuff, but then it also like falls good because I haven't like left in a while, and like I feel like my content's getting a little boring. I just went to New York. Like I chose kind of last minute to go to New York, and I'm like, I feel like I have too many like Miami stories with like my little Starbucks cup. I need to change it up. I looked up like Expedia. I saw New York was like dirt cheap right now. I'm like, okay, I'm booking it. Like go. And went like the next day. Like it's just constantly doing that. So yeah, it's kind of.
And do you find it like just super exhausting?
It's kind of exhausting.
Yeah,
it honestly
sure.
is. But I hate saying like, oh, it's hard work because there's literally people like out here waking up every single morning and like going to work at their corporate jobs and probably doing like 10 times more exhausting stuff than me. But it's like another realm of hard work.
Yeah.
It's just like new.
Yeah.
But
no, I definitely wouldn't downplay it though, because that's pretty hard work.
it's also stressful because it's like I could like also like spend all my money so I can make people kind of like dream, because people are looking through Instagram for like an escape. And if my Instagram looks like theirs and they're like, oh, she's like doing exactly what I did today, that's not exciting, they could unfollow. And like, even though it sounds so service level, like, oh my God, unfollows, it is like my job. And if it all goes away tomorrow, I don't have a college degree to fall back on. I don't have now like a boyfriend to fall back on. You know what I mean? So, and my parents are like, you're financially like independent now. Like you're in your lane. Like we're not helping you anymore. So it's like, it's kind of exhausting that like just knowing I have to constantly be doing new shit, or else I could just like, this could all go away tomorrow.
And so I'm imagining all the money you're making, you're just like recycling.
Yeah. It's like all going out, which is like another stressful part. It's like I'm wasting all my money. I can't even really save any. Well, I'm saving a little, Dad. I'm saving. Because if I'm like spending all my money, well, which I have to, because I constantly have to be buying new clothes to like do content, or like traveling so people can like have a little escape when they look at my feed and everything. So it's just like, yeah, I'm constantly spending money.
You gotta buy
constantly.
Doge. You need to buy Doge. Or
I
Ethereum.
know, or Asscoin. Have you heard of Asscoin?
No, what's
I feel
that?
like it's blowing up. It's like girl that just made like this coin that's called Ass.
And it's got a picture of her ass in the coin.
No, I don't think so.
So
Wait, I wanted to ask
Go
a
ahead.
question real quick. So I don't want to like involve modeling with OnlyFans, but I'm going to for a second.
I get asked this question a lot.
Well, I'm just curious, like, what is your thought on OnlyFans?
I would do it if tomorrow Instagram wasn't a work for me anymore.
what if, but like,
It's so like, I hate saying it's easy because again, it's like probably its own job and its own work, but it's definitely a last resort. It's
100%.
definitely
But, like-
not something I'm like, I would never do it. Like right now I am like, I would never do it, but like girls are out here making like
a ton of money.
$5 million
It's
each month.
insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But like, you don't even have to post like completely nude. Like you do like tasteful.
But even just a nipple is just too much for me, honestly.
If you want to get paid, CJ, if you want to get paid, you got to do nipple.
I guess.
that, nipple.
That
You
is
gotta do a
true.
little butt crack.
Yeah. Oh my god. So like never. That's never.
Yeah, no, probably never. Honestly,
Okay.
also like I don't even think my parents will let me. Like I'm 22, I'm vaccinated, I'm independent.
Oh, you got vaccinated?
Yeah, I got vaccinated.
Same with
But
me.
I was like, it was a metaphor, but I'm also vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh.
like saying I'm like independent, like college educated, she graduated, like she's kind of like independent, and my parents probably wouldn't even let me do that. They'd be like, hell no, you're not doing that.
Are you living at home?
I am now because of the breakup, but I was living in France. Then I was like planning on living in Miami, and then like this entire relationship thing fell through.
Where were you looking?
Miami.
Oh, like I want to move to Brickell.
Oh yeah, Brickell.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's a spot right now.
Yeah, Brickell's cool,
Yeah, it's so nice.
but it's so expensive because Miami's the new New York.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's coming here.
Yeah.
I just saw something on the news. Like it's up like 78% or something like that.
And
It's like,
New York is down, so I'm like trying to leave and go to New York. New York is
yeah.
rent is really cheap for like
I'm
what
with
New
you on
York
that.
is.
I would never go. I would be right at New York.
What?
Put me in
You guys want to go to New York?
Times Square.
Yeah, for sure. Now that I'm like going through all of this, and I'm like, oh, I just love New York, and it's cheap to live there right now. There's not a bunch of people. I feel like it'd be like the good escape to like go to.
I don't know, the city life though. It's just
When you're young, I think you honestly, I always thought I would hate New York because I like looked at it as like this dirty, like depressing city. And also when you're alone, New York is the place that will make you feel like 10 times more alone. Like it's horrible.
Yeah.
But if you're in a good circle, like I just recently went, I saw a bunch of friends, like I was doing all this stuff. It's so motivating to like be out and people watch, and you're seeing everyone like go to their hustle, like walk so fast to their jobs. Everyone's like so motivated to do their shit. And it's honestly like, it's kind of inspiring. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh damn, like I'm kind of looking at the city like in another light. And it's honestly, I don't know. I just love that place.
all right. I got a pretty hard question for you right now. How would you define success?
How do I define success?
I got you, Buffy, since you couldn't be here.
That's honestly so hard because I don't even think I've like reached that yet. So I don't even know how to like define something I like don't think I've ever had.
So like when you do reach it, what does that look like for your life?
Success for me would probably
$1,000,000 in the bank.
I don't even think it has anything to do with money. Even as like stupid as that sounds, like
No.
cliche. I think like success for me would be like more like in the metaphorical sense. It's like I'm waking up. I don't have like stress of being like, oh my God, like my job or worrying about like money or worrying about anything.
Yeah.
I have like, I'm in a stable place in my life. I'm doing the stuff I've always dreamt of doing. I maybe like am in a stable relationship. I maybe have like kids. Like for me, that's success. Like a good family, like a good financial situation, living in my dream place. Like I feel like that's success for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then I have another question for the viewers that are probably watching right now that want to know this. How do you take a good picture? What's the secret recipe?
The secret to a good picture, honestly, you have to. Okay, honestly, when I was in a relationship, it was so easy to get my boyfriend to just be like, okay, like literally stay here, don't fucking move. But now that I'm like alone and I'm like traveling alone and everything, I like bought this little tripod and it's so embarrassing, but like you just gotta crank it out. You have to do it. It's my job, so I just have to do it. And I just always have like a vision. So I can't even be like, I'm not doing the same thing in every picture. And I think like before I even take a picture, I have like a very clear idea in my head of like how I want my body to look. If I'm like doing this for an ad and like people are paying me to wear their clothes, are the clothes like on good display? Like, can they see everything? And then kind of just like trying to capture that idea and like redoing it literally 100 times if it takes that in order to get that like perfect idea. Sometimes I'll literally have a dream about a picture and the next morning I like take the clothes out of my closet and I'm like, all right, let's go shoot this shit. Yeah.
I mean, that's a great answer because when I take a
it is.
picture, it's like the first thing I do is like, all right, take the picture, let me see it. All right, I'm gonna do something. But you already have it in your mind.
Yeah, it's honestly more productive.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
And does he just sit there and just, or like whoever's doing it for you, they just take a bunch of pictures and you just keep moving around?
But that's why I like doing it by myself because no matter how hard you're like screaming at your Instagram boyfriend, you're like, fucking do this. You're not getting my angle right. My ass looks terrible in this. Like, you have your specific vision exactly, well, at least I do, like exactly what I know the image is meant to look like. And no one will be able to reach into your head and pull those details out and know. Yeah. So you have to do it yourself. Like, honestly, I don't think anything is like better done than when it's done yourself. There's like a quote about it, but I can't be fucked to pull out a quote. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. And how do you deal with like when people are walking by and stuff like that? Do you like
just have to do it?
You just own it.
It's so embarrassing, but you just have to do it. People are gonna look at you sideways, but just gotta do it. Especially in a place like this. I feel like in New York it's better. I was like out here like propping my phone up on like building windowsills, and like people were probably in that building, like in the office, like what the fuck is this bitch doing? But I'm just like, sorry, gotta get my bread. Like I was paid to do this ad. It's due in 2 hours French time. I just gotta fucking do it. And like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but I think that when it's like your only like money maker, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got anything else? All right. So before we wrap this up, what's the one piece of advice that you can give out to somebody out there that's trying to become like a model or anything like that, or whatever they're trying to do? Like, what would be that one piece of advice that you could give?
Well, I can't say like get a good support system because not everyone's like blessed like that. It's very like fortunate to be able to have like a good surrounding, but probably before going into it, make sure your mental health is good. Make sure you're like at a point in your life where whatever criticism you may get or whatever insults, because it can be very, very harsh. Like I would know more than anyone. Make sure you like are strong enough to be able to like overlook that and be like, that's so past me. I'm so like above that. I know who I am. This is my dream. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it because it's, make sure like also you're like your motivation. It's not because you want money or you want fame or you want people to know your name or whatever. That rhymed. Like make sure you're doing it for you because like, you know, this will make you into a stronger person and you know, you're strong enough to like be able to do it because not everyone can like support that. It's very hard. Like it's very energy consuming.
Yeah. All right, guys, you heard it here. Where can they find you? Is it everything is Clem de Creme?
Let me see it.
Try it.
Clem de creme.
No, Clem de la crème.
Creme de la creme.
It's like, do you know what that saying is? Because I feel like Americans might not get it.
Clem.
There's this saying that's like crème de la crème, which is like you're the best of the best. It's like you're the cream of the cream.
Yeah,
you're the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah,
Cream of the
but
crop,
in French, it's like you're the cream of the cream. Like you're just the top. And like since my name resembled that, I was like, okay, I'm the crème de la
That's
crème.
cool.
I like it. So it's
really cool.
that across all platforms?
Yeah, with two E's in the crème.
Yeah, can you spell it out really quick?
So it's CLEMDELACREEME.
All right. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you're listening or viewing, and we will see you in the next video.
Peace.